All right, students, so we will wait another 2 more minutes since because most of your friends are still on the way coming lah, right? So sorry for the delay, but we will wait another 2 more minutes. Hi, Mr. Mutu, is your screen those okay?
Yep, fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah lah, so you can share the screen and then you test your mic those, or that I will begin this revision already lah.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
All right. All right. So hold on, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So we'll begin with our this revision English workshop. So once again, good evening to all participants for attending our this English revision workshop. So I am today host for today, Kenneth here from Fun Education, right? So before we begin, students can share our Zoom link to your friends who are interested to join this workshop. And Fun Education is representing more than 200 universities, including Korea, Australia, Japan, and other countries as well. All right. So here are some of the services that are provided by Fun Education, such as career tests, bring students for campus visit, provide latest information from university for students, help students in registration from step 1 to finish, and filter students on finding suitable university for students. And all these services is free for students. All right. So if students have any question, you guys can surf into our GIF's website, funeducation.com, for more information such as knowing what university offer what kind of courses. And if students not sure what are your interests, can also go for our this career test. So here is another platform to look for us and can search it, which is our Facebook page, Fun Education Sunshine Tauhang, for our latest event. All right. So today, thank you, Segi College Subang, for sponsoring this revision workshop. And today we have invited Mr. Mutu and will be replacing Ms. Wasugi for this entire e-revision. So Mr. Mutu is a very experienced teacher who have like 19 years of teaching, and he have been teaching into different kind of fields such as international school and until this Chinese high school, and now currently teaching at Guanghua High School lah. All right, so let's welcome Mr. Mutu to join our this English revision workshop. All right, hi, Mr. Mutu. So you can start with your this workshop lah.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth, for the introduction and everything. All right, okay. Very good evening to all of you, students. So today we're gonna focus on right, okay, paper one. Right, as you all know that last week, right? Okay, if those who attended okay this session last week are here, right? You all know that I already explained about format, right? Okay, because this for SPM for 2021 this year, right? Okay, there's a new format which has been calibrated, like accordingly to CEFR, okay, which is Common European Frame of Reference. All right, okay. So you have 4 papers, right? Okay, 4 papers, right? Paper 1, right, which is reading and use of English, right? Okay. Then you have paper 2, right? Okay, which is writing. Okay. Then you have paper 3, which is speaking. right? Then you have paper 4, uh, listening, right? Okay. So there are some changes, right? Okay. Not to say too drastic, right? Okay. Uh, but some significant changes, especially in terms of writing, all right? Okay. Whereas previously you all would have been, like familiar with literature, where the literature component is not, right? Okay, included in this format, right? Okay, of SPM, all right? So, well, I don't know whether you all are a big fan of literature or you all enjoy literature or what, so I'm not so sure about that, right? Okay, that is for you all to tell me, right? Okay, so whether you guys like literature or not, all right? But even if you like, if you not like, okay, it doesn't make any difference because for this 2021, okay, the new format did not include literature, right? Especially for writing, okay? So what I'm going to do is, right, okay, since last week I already explained to you all about the format, like about, like the components that you will find within each paper, right? Okay. So for me to again go through that, right? Okay, would be I think wasting time, right? Okay, so I like to get into things, right? Because I like to utilize the time that we have, right, to do something meaningful, something beneficial for the students, right? Okay, and for them to ask questions, right, regarding any doubts they have, right? Okay, so today I'm going to start with paper 1, right? So this is my, right? Okay, I go step by step, right? Okay, and if anything that you are having problem, right? Okay, please kindly ask me, right? Okay, and I'm sure that you all are coming out from different backgrounds. Okay, you might have had, like a lot of different teachers, right? Okay, who have uh, approached, what we're gonna do, right, in a different way. Okay, so if it's a little bit different, okay, it's kind of like something unconventional, right? Okay, and it's not like traditional. So please, I just hope, right? Okay, I just expect you all to take that, right? Okay, and just focus on the task at hand, which is, like this. In this case, it's your SPM, right? Okay. So no matter whatever strategies we use, right? Ultimately, the goal is to get, right? Okay, to answer the question and to answer the question correctly, right? And to get the best mark possible, right? Okay. So in order to do that, no matter how many strategies we use, okay, in the end, if we manage to, achieve our goal, then it doesn't matter again, right? Okay. So that's the most important thing. All right. So I'll go paper by paper, right? Okay. So today I'm going to focus on paper 1. So reading and use of English, right? Okay, so within this paper, right, you will find, of course, reading, okay, reading comprehension, right? Okay, reading for specific information, right? Okay, matching, information transfer, right? It's some of the things that you had in your previous format, right? Okay, SPM format. You will definitely find it here, but there will be something new, right? Okay, added, right? Okay, and as I mentioned last week, right? Okay, so I asked the students, has anyone here taken what do you call this Cambridge exam? Because uh, this SPM format, right? Okay, CEFR, right? Okay, is similar, right? Actually, exactly like Cambridge exams, right? Okay. So if you had any Cambridge exam before, you have taken any Cambridge exam before, then you will be very familiar with this, okay, SPM, right? But if you all never had, right, okay, have taken any Cambridge exams, okay, KET, PET, and whatever it is, right, okay. So this is might be something new for you, but of course the elements, right, okay, that like the normal things, the normal components that you can find in reading will be always present, right? Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to focus on this paper 1, right? Okay, so I have prepared this one sample paper, right? Okay, in PowerPoint slides. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, right, okay, well, we're going to do this together, all right? Okay, and at the same time, will tell you, like if you got the answer wrong, right? Okay, so why the answer is this, okay? And in any case, right? Okay, if you guys at any time, right? Okay, even if I am, like explaining, even if I am saying something, even if I'm talking, if I'm presenting, whatever it is, please feel free to disturb me and ask me questions. All right. Okay. If you have doubt, right, don't hesitate thinking that, oh, the teacher is, like presenting or maybe explaining or maybe saying something, we should not disturb the teacher. Actually, guys, girls, I would say don't do that. Please feel free to stop me even, right? Okay. Okay, you are like welcome to interrupt me, right? And ask me, teacher, why this is this. Okay. So I like that. I like that. When students, like ask question, I like that, right? Okay. So please ask me questions. Okay. So I love to explain to you, right? Okay. Your understanding, if you can understand well, right? Okay. Yeah, if I manage to clear your doubts, right? Okay, nothing makes me happy, right? Okay, all right, okay. Without wasting time, right? Let's start. Okay, so if I ask questions, okay, for the what do you call the paper there, right? Okay, the questions that in the paper, right? Okay, so feel free to send your answers in the chat box so that we can communicate and we can check and we can see what are the problems that you have, right? Okay, in finding the answers and so on. All right, okay. So done with the introduction, all right? Okay, I just don't want to talk more on that, right? Okay, let's go to paper one. Okay, just hold on, let me share the slides to you guys. Okay, all right. So we are focusing on SPM 2021, right? Okay, and paper one, reading and use of English, right? Okay, reading and use of English. Okay, so basically there are 5 parts in paper one, right? Okay, reading and use of English, right? Okay, as we go by, right? As we go by. So each of the parts, right? Okay, we will look into it, right? At the same time, like I mentioned, right? Okay, the answer, right? Okay, for each of the questions, right? Okay, I would like you all to uh, send me in the chat box, right? Okay, then we will check, right? Then after that, we will see why the answer is correct, why the answer is wrong, right? Okay, then we move on, right? Okay, all right. Let's go to part one, right? So part one, right? Okay, you will have uh, 8 questions, right? Okay, 8 questions, 1 mark for each question, right? Okay, so here what you have here is 3 options MCQ questions, all right? Okay, so what you have to do, so read the text carefully in each question, choose the best answer. So they will give you a short extract, right? Okay, something that you should have been accustomed to, right? Okay, with the previous format as well, right? Okay, it's similar, right? Okay, this kind of question were also there in your previous format, right? Okay, so this one, uh, it is 3 options, all right? Okay, 3 options, and basically you have to look at the keywords here, right? Okay, so here number 1 here, right? Okay, so the purpose of the newspaper, right? Okay, another thing I would like to tell you all, right? Okay, I know that you all are accustomed to, or you guys are familiar with, the way of doing reading, any kind of reading, right? Okay, whether it's a comprehension, whether it's a short extract, whether it's, if you're looking for vocabulary, right? Okay, whatever it is, right? You guys all have been like familiar, you all are used to, right? Okay, of reading the short extract, reading the passage, right? Okay, then after that, going to your question, right? Plus, you have 1.5 hours for this paper, right? Okay, 1.5 hours for this paper. Okay, so if you do not take care of your time, okay, you do not manage your time, right? Well, then you will have problems, right? Okay, it doesn't matter whether it's SPM, whether it's any kind of exam, right? Okay, the number one problem, right? Okay, faced by students, right? Okay, is time management, right? Because they tend to spend a lot of time in one part or section, right? Okay, in the end, ended up not having enough time, right? Okay, to do the later part, right? Okay, and uh, why this is very crucial, because the paper will go from easy to hard, right? Okay, that is how it's set, right? So if you are taking a lot of time in the first part, the second part, right, which is still considered not that hard, the level of difficulty is not that hard, okay, still consider, like easy to average, right? Okay, then when you are about to do your the part 5 or part 4, which you need to do matching, which you have to do information transfer, then you're going to suffer that, right? You guys going to suffer that, right? Okay, so that's why I'm saying that time management is really, really vital, right? Okay, in order for you guys to do your paper on time. And it's another reason why I ask you to focus on your time is because, class, if you manage to set your time, right? Okay, for your questions, and if in case you manage to finish it earlier, right? Okay, you will have extra time to confirm your answers, right? Okay, double check your answers, because you see, sometimes we may think that, yeah, I have, like really, really focused, and I'm sure that my answer is right. Okay, but that may not be the case, right? Okay, when you check the second time, you tend to find some errors, right? Maybe something that we overlooked for the first time, right? Okay, you didn't notice, right? Okay, so when you have extra time, it gives you that opportunity to do that, right? Okay, so that's why I'm saying that time is everything. All right, time is everything. All right, so for this 8 questions here, right? Okay, my suggestion, right? My suggestion for the time that you should take, right, for one question, right? Okay, my suggestion is 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes. You should take 2 minutes to do this question, right? Okay, one question, 2 minutes. Okay, so 8 questions, 16 minutes, right? Okay, so you already spent 16 minutes here, right? Okay, so if you ask me, oh, teacher, that sounds like, well, kind of like short, right? Okay, those can we just have 3 minutes? I'm sorry, class, you can't. Right? I'm really, really sorry, because if you were to have 3 minutes, okay, then you take best part of 20 minutes, right? 20 over minutes, okay, to do this, right? Which is, you are wasting your time, right? Okay, so that's why I'm here today, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys, okay, a simple thing, all right, a simple way to do this, all right? Okay, you, for some of you may think that, wow, this is something, like different from the traditional way, right? Okay, but you see, I respect the traditional way, right? Okay, I respect whatever your teachers have taught you, right? Okay, so previously, right? But what I'm going to say to you may sound a little bit uh, different, but in my opinion, it's practical. I call this as practical, right? Okay, so I'm a practical man, right? Okay, I don't like to, like waste my time, right? We are living in the 21st century, and we can't be like wasting our time by still following the traditional way of doing things, right? Okay, guys. So we have to work smart, right? Okay, not hard, right? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. All right, now let's go to the first question here. All right, so take a look at the first question, right? Okay, so they're asking you the purpose of the newspaper report is, okay. So, well, I give you guys a little bit time, right? Okay, just a matter of 2 minutes. Okay, just take a look at this, all right? Okay, question, and kindly type in the chat box what you think the answer is, all right? Okay, later I will explain to you guys how to find the correct answer. If you manage to find the correct answer also, I will still will tell you guys how to find the correct answer, right? Okay, so kindly please uh, take your time, right? Okay, just don't take a long time, right? Okay, just try to take 2 minutes, okay, and just try to answer the question, okay. So then we can move on to the next question and everything. Then I'll also will tell you the techniques, all right, okay, to answer this kind of questions, right? Okay. So while you are doing, right? Okay. Please let me remind you. Take a look at the keyword there. The question is asking the purpose, right? Okay. What is the purpose, right? Okay. What is the purpose? Okay. So if you look at the options there, right? Okay. For the keyword for the purpose, right? You have to explain, to advise, to inform, right? Okay. So you have to be mindful of when people want to explain how they write a report, when people want to advise, what kind of words they will use, right? Okay. And when people want to inform, how they will write the report, right? Okay. If you know that, then it's easy for you to find the answer, right? Okay. All right, guys. So if you guys are done, right? Okay. Feel free to type in the answer in the chat box. All right. You can just simply, you don't need to take the time and do, like, don't worry, because you see, this is considered like a practice, right? This is a considered practice. Okay, you see, I know, teacher, shall we take a long time? Don't worry, because you see, even if you're going to get it wrong, right? Okay, even if you're going to get it wrong, I'm not gonna punish you. I'm not gonna, come to this screen and I'm not gonna scold you or anything. So don't worry about it. Right? Okay, it's just a matter of just answer. That's just answer. That's it. Just basically just give the answer. That's it. Right? Okay. So I will tell you guys. Right? Okay. So from what I can see here, right? Okay, I've received between C and B. Right? Okay, C and B. Right? Okay. From the answer that I've received so far. Right? Okay, C and B with a question mark. Right? Okay, you all have this tendency, right? Okay, always, like when the teacher asks you a question, right? Okay, what's the answer? Well, you guys, always, put a question mark there, right? As though you are asking me the question, right? Okay, teacher, is it clear, right? Okay, so class, one thing for sure, you have to be, like convinced of your answer, right? Okay, you have to be sure, right? Okay, that is right or wrong is a secondary thing, all right? Okay, when you choose something, you have to believe on that, right? Okay, if it's wrong, well, you learn from it. If it's right, well, guess what? You are good anyway, right? So why you have the doubts, right? Okay, that's what I was saying. All right, so let's take a look, right? Okay, between B and C. Okay, so you have two answers here, right? Okay, two answers given here. All right. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, now class. Um, you must understand, right? Okay, there are three options given there, right? There are three options given there, right? So how the question is being set, right? Okay, how the question is being set, right? Okay, see, normally out of, if the options are four, right, two options will be illogical, totally irrelevant, right? Okay, it's there only as a distraction, right? Okay, but you can easily identify the two irrelevant options. All right. When you do that, make sure you cancel that or you eliminate that or you put a, like a cross there to indicate that you have canceled that particular option. Why? If you want to keep your options open all the time, right? Okay, you see, our brains, right? Okay, when you guys are thinking, right? Okay, about this one and everything, right? Okay, you see, as long as the options are open, right? Okay, your brain will always will tell you, oh, I think it's A, oh, I think it's B, I think it's C, oh, I think it's A, no, it's, I think A, B, you see, it will play with your mind. That's why I'm saying that please make sure you cancel that, right? Once you already cancel, you can narrow it down, right? Okay, to the two questions, two options, right? Okay, one is the correct answer, of course. Another one is similar to the correct answer, and it's there to confuse you even more. So they already give you another similar answer, and if you want to keep it, like all the three options open, then you guys will be even more confused, isn't it? Right? Okay. So that's why I'm saying it's better for you guys to just eliminate that, right? Okay. Now let's take a look, right? Based on your answers that you guys have given, right? Okay. I think that I'm going to eliminate, right? Okay, A, because nobody mentioned A, right? Okay, but anyway, let's look at this. Okay, all right, class. Another thing I'm going to tell you here, but I hope you guys take it the right way, right? Okay, so I know there is an extract there, right? Okay, you have to read the extract, okay, read the text, okay, then you have to answer. All right, I understand that, but you see, I am not into this one. All right, because you know why? Whether the extract is a short one, whether it's a long one, whether it's the extended one, like I'm not interested in the text. All right, okay, I'm not. Really, I'm not. Okay, you know why? Because let's say if I am interested in the text, if I do this in a traditional way where I spend time, to read the text or read the extract, read the reading passage. All right, okay. You know what? If I am someone, right, who is able to understand that particular text, okay, that's a different story, right? Okay, I'll be able to answer the question, right? But what if, right? Okay, what if you are unable to understand the text? Are you going to read the text the second time, or are you going to do that for the third time? All right. So that's why I'm saying that, okay, the possibility of students do not understand that particular text always there, right? Okay. So given that particular circumstances, why you guys want to waste your time by reading the text? Okay. Your job is to answer the question rather than reading the text. All right. Yeah, you have to read the text. Of course, you're going to refer to the text, but what I mean here is why waste time reading the text? All right. Okay. Now let's take a look at the option first. Okay, let's take a look at the option. Okay, the purpose of the newspaper report is to explain about causes of climate change. All right. Okay, causes of climate change. Okay, so well, if people are explaining, right? Okay, explain the causes of like climate change, right? Okay, so you can find this based on few words here, right? Okay, so when people explain, what they will say, what are the reasons for this thing to happen, how it happened, why it happened, right? Okay, these are the things that people normally use to explain. All right. Okay, now can you see there any explanation, guys? Can you see any explanation? You can see the first sentence itself. Climate change experts have warned Malaysians to brace for even heavier rain. So, from that particular first line, do you think they are explaining anything? I don't think so. All right, because if you were to explain, all right, okay, you will start what is climate change, all right, okay, how it is happening, okay, where is happening, all right, how or what are the effects, all right, okay, that's what they should start with. But here they start with climate change experts have warned Malaysians. So class, you can immediately take out A out, right? Okay, say bye bye to A, right? I don't want to see A again, right? Okay, no more A, right? Okay, take out A from your mind as well, right? Okay, bye bye A, right? So you guys are correct. Okay, the answer is between B and C, all right? B and C. All right. Okay. Now let's take a look to advise readers to be careful because of climate change. All right. Okay. To be careful. All right. Okay. Good. Let's take a look at this one. Climate change experts have warned Malaysians, okay, to brace for even heavier rain, right? Okay. As well as more severe storm and floods. They say recent floods which crippled part of Kuala Lumpur were connected to climate change. Okay. So, are they advising class? All right. Okay. Is advice and warn is the same thing? All right. Okay. So maybe you will say that, what, teacher, actually the second paragraph there, right? Okay. During this monsoon season, we must now collectively recognize that the storms are now stronger and rains are heavier than ever. Okay. So, plus, oh teacher, the word must is given for advice. Is it? I don't think so. Normally, when people give you advice, they will say, hey, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, isn't it? Right? Okay. Normally, the normal model word people use for advice is, hey, you should take that, you should do that, right? Okay. But here they are using must. Okay, must. Right? Okay. So it's kind of like they are telling you what to do. All right, telling you what to do. All right. Okay. So now you're already sure. Right? Now you're already sure. They are not giving advice. All right. Okay. They are telling you. So now between B and C, what is the answer, guys? What is the answer? I think you all should know, right? Okay. So now we already know that they are not giving advice. Actually, they are informing about the dire, right? Okay, effects, okay, of climate change, right? So that's why the answer for this one, right? Okay, is C. All right. Okay. So I know that I took a lot of time to explain this one. You know why? Because this is the first question, right? Okay. The next questions and everything, right? Okay. I'll just quickly explain to you guys. Okay. You also quickly give me the answer. Then we can quickly move on, right? Okay. But why I'm taking a little bit time to explain this one is because you see, along the way we doing this question, I'm also giving you the strategy, right? Okay. The first thing, what I said is don't look at the text. Look at the, what do you call, the answers. Look at the question. Highlight the keyword. The keyword here is the purpose. The purpose of the newspaper report is, all right. So purpose. So the purpose, they already given in the three options to explain, advise, inform, right? Forget about the rest, climate change, careful, dire effects. Forget about it, right? Okay, you just look at this one because when you talk about purpose, you must look at explain, advise, or inform. So you go and find out here, right? Okay. The first line already says that, oh, they are not explaining. So you can cancel A. So B, advice, okay, maybe, right? Okay, because you see the model work, right? Okay, must, okay, maybe you think that, oh, yeah, right? Okay, we can keep B. We can keep C because they are talking about the effects there, right? Okay, they are talking about the effects, what is happening, right? Okay, you see more severe storms, floods, right? Okay, heavier than ever, right? Okay, so now costlier, right? We are talking about so many. So the answer is between B and C. Now, once you already eliminate one option, right? Okay, irrelevant option, between these two, you have to check again. Okay, between two, you have to check again. Then you decide the answer. Okay, so class, when I say 2 minutes for one question, I didn't ask you to take 2 minutes to read the text and answer the question. I asked you to take 2 minutes to look at the option and think, ask questions. All right. Okay. Look at the keyword. Right. Look at the, like you have to scan, right? Okay. For the specific word that you are looking for, right? In this case, the purpose. All right, class? All right. Done. Okay. Now, so part one, this is how we do this question. All right. Now, so question number one, okay, I took a little bit time because I'm explaining. Right. After this, we will try to go as fast as we can because we have another 4 more parts to look at. All right. Okay. Let's go to the second part. Okay. So the answer is, right, C, right, to inform about dire effects of climate change. All right. Okay. Now let's look at question number 2. All right. So one tips for you guys. All right. Okay. For this first part, right, this kind of question will always come. What kind of question, teacher? Which statement is true about the food review? Right. Okay. This is one of the famous, right? Okay. Question for part one. All right. Okay. So which one is true? All right. So plus you have been, doing this since as long as you all remember, isn't it? Right? Okay. True or false. Okay. So it should not be a difficult thing to find which one is true, which one is false. Right? Okay. All right. So take your time. Just give me the answer. All right. Okay. Take a look and just give me the answer. Then after that we will discuss. Then we move on. So focus on which statement is true, right? Okay, look at the option and let me know. Okay, Azizi is saying B. All right, others, any idea? Okay, Noor Azrin saying B as well. All right, okay. Others, feel free to try, class. All right, okay. You're not going to lose anything by typing the answer. Okay, don't worry about it. Oh, teacher, you're going to deduct our marks. There's no such thing as that. So don't worry about it. Okay, this is a learning process, right? Okay, so this is, like a revision part where, how to find the answer, right? Why the answer is that and everything, isn't it? Right? Okay, so that's what. So, well, take a look at this. Okay, so from what I can see is the answer given by you all, right? Okay, C and B, right? Okay, so I don't see A there, right? Okay, now let's take a look, right? Let's take a look, right? Okay, everyone is giving C, B, C, B, right? Either C or B, right? Okay, all right. This statement is true about the food review, all right? Okay, all right. So look at A there. It was Patricia, right? Okay, so the keyword here, right? See, when you're talking about true and false, okay, you see, you have to look for the keyword that you can find in this particular text, all right? Okay, so A, it was Patricia's first visit to the restaurant. Okay, forget about the first visit. Okay, look at the word, the name Patricia. Can you find Patricia there? Yeah, as you can see, you can find Patricia there below there, right? Okay, all right, keep it, because you see, you don't want to cancel that because you know that particular information is there, right? Okay, now let's take a look at B. The food served was very tender. All right, okay, so now go to the food, right? Go to the food. Okay, go to the food. Okay, the food is absolutely amazing. All right, okay, everything tasted melted, right, in other mouths. All right, okay, okay, everything we tasted melted in other mouths. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, so well, they are saying that tasted melted in other mouths. Okay, so does that mean that the food served was very tender? Okay, uh, well, you can keep this one, but guys, take a look at this one. Huh? This is where you guys have to be very, very careful. Okay, very, very careful. Huh? All right. The food served was very tender. Okay, so yes, the service is unmatched. Do yourself a favor and visit this lovely restaurant before. All right. Okay, so the service is unmatched. Right. Okay, but did he say anything about the food served? All right, I don't see anything there. All right, okay, yeah, the service is matched, yes, correct. All right, the food served were very tender. All right, tender and melted in other mouths. Is it similar? Is it similar, class? All right, okay, let's say you are not so sure. Oh, teacher, we are not so sure, right? Okay, whether tender and like tender means it's very, very, very smooth, right? Okay, so that's the reason that it's melting, right, in the mouth and everything, right? Okay, well, you can think like that. Okay, if that's what you're thinking, that's why some of you have given answer as B, right? Okay, so you can keep B, right? Okay, let's take a look at C. The restaurant workers are oblivious to customers. All right, guys, the service is unmatched. So that means unmatched, they have given a good service. All right, so they are saying, oh, the service is unmatched. Wherever you go, also you cannot find this service. But C is saying that the restaurant workers are oblivious to customers. Right? Okay. So, but how can C be true? Right? Okay. Some of you given answer as C. How can we see true? Okay. So here the second line says the service is unmatched. Right? The staff truly cares about your experience. Okay. Here they're saying that the restaurant workers are oblivious to customers. Oblivious means they don't care, right? Or maybe you are saying that, teacher, we do not understand the meaning of oblivious. That's why, right? That's why we choose C, right? Okay, right? Understood, right? Understood, okay? But let me tell you guys, okay? Even though you do not understand the meaning of oblivious, all right? Okay, fine. So you see, what statement is true about the food review, right? Okay, so it was Patricia's first visit to the restaurant. Okay, so of course, all right, okay, it's the first visit to the restaurant, right? Okay, you see, when the first time when you go there, right? Okay, so that's how you recommend people, right? Okay, to go and try. Okay, it's the first time you visit, right? Okay, the first time visit, right? After you already first time you go and visit, right? Okay, you already visited first time, okay, then you come and you will recommend to other people, right? Okay, why don't you just try this one, right? Okay, why don't you just try this one, all right? Okay, you won't recommend after going to the shop 2 or 3 or 4 times. That's not logic, right? Okay, normally the first thing, the first time where you go somewhere, all right? Okay, if you really like that place, then only you will recommend. If you don't like that place, don't tell me, oh, I only will recommend that place after I go and visit that place 2 or 3 times. That's not logic, right? Okay, so if you say it's Patricia's first visit to the restaurant, yes. Okay, and another thing, class, that's another trick here. Okay, B, Teacher, there's a word there, tender. We are not so sure. Okay. The fourth line says that the food is absolutely amazing. Everything we tasted melted in our mouth. Okay, but we are not so sure whether tender and melted is the same. Fair enough. The restaurant workers are oblivious to customers. Teacher, they say that the restaurant workers, they really care, but we do not understand the meaning of oblivious. I understand that, right? Okay. But class, what is the obvious thing there? What is the obvious thing that you can see in the text and you also can see in the option there? The name Patricia. All right. Okay. She is in a restaurant. All right. Okay. She is recommending to others. Do yourself a favor. Visit this lovely restaurant. Right. Okay. So, you know what I will do? If I were you, right? Okay. If I were you guys, I will go for A. You know why? You know why? Because very simple. B and C, we are not so sure. All right, we are not so sure because the meaning we do not know. Right? Okay. Moreover, right? Moreover, so if they only talk about one thing, right? You see, there are three options there. There are three options there, right? Okay. They only can give you one true statement. All right. Okay. Do you think that if the answer is either B or C, all right? Okay. It's not logic because you know why? You have to talk overall, right? Overall. Okay. When they are talking about true and false. Okay. If you're going to just choose one, right? Okay. If you choose B, if they only talk about the food, so what about the restaurant workers? That also can be true, right? Okay. So that's why to have a safe bet, right? Okay, you guys go for A. Why? Because the name Patricia is there, right? Okay, she is recommending the restaurant, and why she's recommending the restaurant? Because the first time she's going there, and plus if you want a confirmation, right? Okay, maybe you do not know the meaning of this, all right? If you know the meaning, then you will be very sure, right? You know what? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth line there, right? Definitely the best meal we had on our maiden visit to Perak, okay? All right, guys, maiden, right? Okay, so you all know what is maiden means? Maiden means first time. All right, maiden means first time. All right, okay. So from that, we can be really sure. Number 2, the answer is A. All right, okay. Number 2, the answer is A. All right, okay. But why you all got it wrong? Well, it's normal. All right, okay. Don't blame yourself. Oh, teacher, how can we get this wrong? Right, okay. Nothing. Right, okay. See, like I say, it's a new format. Right, okay. I'm teaching something you guys new. Right, okay. So it will take some time, but please bear with me. Right, okay. I'm sure you guys will get it eventually. All right, okay. All right, let's move on to question number 3. All right, okay. Let's move on to question number 3. All right, okay. After this, I'm not going to take a long time to explain this one. Like I say, we still have another form of part. So what you guys do, you just give your answer. I will just give a very short explanation why the answer is that. All right, okay. Then we move to the second part. All right. All right, let's go to question number 3. Which of the following is true about the advertisement? Class, similar question, like I mentioned, right? Okay. Which of the following is true about the advertisement? All right, okay. So kindly please tell me in the this one. Right, I'm sure you are pretty as well, even though I can't see your face, okay, because most of you what do you call this? Turn off your camera, right? Okay. So I'm sure you all are pretty as well. All right, okay. So can you all check for number 3? What do you think is the answer? All right, okay, I already got an answer, right, from Tashani, right? Thank you so much for a quick response. All right, okay. He thinks the answer is A. All right, okay. Others, any different answers? Or you all also agree with Tashani that the answer is A? Yeah, okay. By now, okay. There's another answer, right? Okay. Ajiji is saying that is B, right? Okay. Now, so since there's a conflict of interest here, right? Okay. Between A and B, so we have to check, right? Okay. Right. Let's check the answer. All right, which of the following two is true about this advertisement? Right. Okay, the company installs CCTV in houses only. All right. Okay. So check here. Right. Okay. Property protection, home security. Okay. So you see, they didn't say anything other than, all right. Okay. What do you call this? Anything other than, right? Okay. This one. But you see, class, if they say the company installs CCTV in houses only, all right? Okay. Home security is house, all right? Home security is house, okay. But property is only house? No, right? Okay, guys, no, right? So you see, property can be, right? Property can be a company, all right? Okay, a school, all right? Okay, a land, all right? It can be many things, isn't it? All right, guys. So definitely not only for houses. They are clearly mentioned here property protection, right? Home security, right? Okay. So security industry, right? Okay. So A you can cancel, right? A cannot be the answer, right? Okay. So that was the answer given by one of you, right? Don't worry. Okay. Mistake happens, right? Okay. Now B, the price of the CCTV is very affordable. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. All right. Okay. You see, totally professional. Okay. Are they talking about the price? So the keyword here is price. Price. Yeah. World best brand achievement at unrealistic prices. Okay. Unrealistic means something that you cannot believe. Right. Okay. They are having a world best brand. They are giving it at unrealistic. That means something that you cannot believe. All right. Okay. So that means something that you cannot believe means maybe they are going to give for affordable price. Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So you keep B. Keep looks like logic. Right. Keep B. Right. Okay. Let's go to C. Mobile or tablet is also given when the CCTV is installed. All right. Mobile and tablet giving supported, but they did not say that they are giving. All right. When the CCTV is installed. Right. Okay. C is clearly wrong. So you guys can easily find the answer. All right. So it is B. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go to number 4. Okay. This one should be very easy, I guess, because you see it's a very short text. All right. Okay. You can take a look and tell me the answer. Which of the following is true? Again, the same thing again. All right. Okay. Which statement? Right. Okay. It's true here. Right. Okay. So that's what we are looking at. Look at the options, right? Look at the options, okay? Then it should not be a problem for you guys, right? Look at the options. If you look at the options, no problem, right? Okay. Amirul is saying D, right? Whereas Azizi is saying C. All right. Okay. Well, take a look at this one. Okay. The burglars were handed over to the police by the residents. Well, can you see any mention of police? All right. Okay. I don't see that. I don't see any mention of police there. So when they did not mention anything and that particular words are not there, right? Okay, you can confidently cancel that A. Say bye bye to A, right? Okay, you don't need to think about A. You don't need to list. I mean, you should not consider A at all, right? Okay, bye bye, right? The answer is definitely between B and C, right? Okay, once you already take out A, of course it has to be either B or C, right? Okay, now let's take a look. The burglars were caught by police that morning, all right, guys. Why again B cannot? If A we cancel because we don't find the word police there, why B should be the answer? Because there is the word police there again, right? Okay. So B also cancel because there's no mention of police. That's it, done. So now you guys should know, right? There's only one option left there, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. Isn't that obvious? Isn't it? C, right? Okay. That's it. All right. Let's go to number 5. Okay. So this one is the notice says that, right? Okay, what the notice is. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky where you have to think, right? What they are trying to imply, right? What they are trying to say here, what the notice trying to say here, right? Okay. So you look at A and you have to think, right? Without thinking, you can't answer this question, right? Okay. Now, Mike, take your time, right? Okay, but don't take more than 2 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay. Adriana is saying the answer is A. All right. Okay. Anybody has a different answer? All right. Okay. No, I guess Everyone is saying A, right? Okay, right, right, okay, A, right, okay, yeah, right, A, okay, good, right, okay, let's take a look. All right, the notice says that, right, okay, the recycling card at items that could not be recycled. All right, okay, so you see the first sentence there, we noticed that your recycling card was contaminated with the following items: yard waste, electronics. Okay, so when they tick that too, so they are saying that that items cannot be recycled, right? Correct? Okay, good, right? Okay, so we can keep A. Your option, right? A is really, really logical, really, really solid, right? Okay, now let's take a look at B. Okay, class, this is what you see. A looks like a very logical answer, right? Okay, it's normal for us, like to jump into conclusion. Oh yeah, A is it? I'm 100% sure, right? Okay, but don't do that. Even though you are 100% sure that the answer is A, there's, like there's still a chance for you to be wrong, right? Okay. Overconfidence is not good for body, right? People say that, right? Okay. So, well, let's take a look at B. Okay. All right. For recycling cards the recycling card will not be serviced after the offense. Okay. If they say that will not be serviced, okay, let's look for the future, right? Okay. However, right, okay, that your card is serviced. Okay, you see, the success of the recycling problem and that your card is serviced in the future, please place only acceptable items. So they are saying that if you want your recycle card to be serviced in the future, please place only acceptable items. That shows that they will service the card. So B is not logic. Cancel B, right? Okay. So you already cancel B. The answer must be between A and C. Okay. C. The recycling card is serviced daily. Well, they did not mention that, right? Okay, your card was serviced today, right? Okay, but they did not mention that they are, like service daily, right? Okay, if it is service daily, right? Okay, in this particular third line here, and that your card is serviced tomorrow, please place only acceptable items, correct or not, right? But they put that in the future. So if they are servicing it daily, why we need to put the word future, isn't it? Right? Okay, so it's very clear, right? Okay, the answer is A, right? Okay, I know. What, teacher, we already got this very quickly one. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I understand. But guys, like I say, don't be overconfident, right? Okay, we never know when we can make it, right? Okay, so that's why we have to be 100% sure, right? There's nothing wrong in that, right? Isn't it? All right, okay, let's take a look at number 6. Which of the following statement is true? Which of the following statement is true? Again, this kind of questions, okay, true and false, right? Okay, true and false. So if you guys manage to find the answer, you guys can let me know. Look at the keyword class. Look at the keyword, right? The keyword is the key there, right? Okay. If you look at the keyword, then it should not be a problem. Right? Okay. Azika, right? Okay, saying that the answer is C, right? Okay. So Ian is asking me question, teacher, is it C? Right? Okay, with the question mark. All right, okay, basically all of you are saying it's C. All right, okay, let's take a look. All right, okay, Anna's acne problem is due to wearing face mask. All right, okay, I need your advice. Okay, well, I hate the mask of impression on my face so much that I'm starting to hate my own face. Okay, well, as if I was dying from acne, I hate the mask. She didn't say that, like she had the problem because of the face mask. Okay, all right. So, well, so since you didn't say that, right, you can cancel A. B, Anna has been seeking help from Megan. Okay, dear Megan, I need your advice concerning my zit. All right, okay. So you see, help and advice, right, okay, are totally two different things. Okay. When you ask help, right? Okay. I know people will say that advice also can be a kind of help, right? Okay. But, right? See, when you're asking help means, okay, she has a problem. Okay. The problem is with the face, with the acne, right? Okay. So with the zips, right? Okay. So that means if she's seeking help, right? Okay. If she's seeking help, right? She will be asking, what should I do? Okay, what should I wear, right? Okay, but she's not saying that. She is saying that I need your advice concerning my kids, right? Okay, I need your advice. So that's why B doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, C, Anna has damaged her face with various products. Okay, so you see, in the second line, you can see, I'm caught in never-ending cycle. I would swear off the surface of my face with products that smell and burn like bleach, aggravate my skin further by prodding and picking it up. Then I try to cover the wreckage with thick, pancake, consistent drugstore concealer, right? Okay, so that means it's clear that she has been using a lot of products, all right? Okay, so this is correct. Okay, well done. All right, you all managed to find the answer correctly. All right, okay. See, all right, okay, and it's very quick also. Well done, guys. Right, okay, let's go to number 7. Which of the following statement is true? Bullies lack of self-confidence. Victims of bullies should report their problems. Hurting bullies is a good suggestion, right? So you look at the keyword, then you just go to the text, right? Okay, don't waste your time by reading the text, full text. If you were to read the full text, it's going to be a never-ending process, right? Okay, all you will do is waste your time, right? Okay, all right. Okay, Tashani managed to come up with the answer, right? Okay, review yourself, right? Okay, since both of you are going for A, right? Let's quickly check, all right? Okay, bullies lack of self-confidence. Okay, well, bullies lack of self-confidence. Why bullies a lack of self-confidence? Okay, so you check here. However, most companies, okay, yeah, all right, okay, in the third line here, right, okay, you see that. However, most times bullies are people who themselves feel small. Okay, they actually have a very low opinion of themselves. All right, okay, they resort to bullying to feel empowered. Okay, nice, good, very good. Why they do this? Because they think that like this is small, they have very low opinion of themselves, right? Okay, all these are self-confidence. Okay, good. All right, okay, keep A. B, victims of bullying should report their problems. Right, okay, well, this is correct. If you look from logical point of view, this is correct. But are they talking about that? No, right? You see, one of the best ways to deal with bullies is stand up firmly to them, right? Okay, firmly to them. And they did not say that you should report their problem, right? Okay, so B is wrong. Hurting bullies is a good suggestion. Okay, this one, you don't need to even look at, like the keyword. You all know that when people bully you, you should not go and hurt the bully, right? Okay, it's not a good suggestion, right? Okay, so of course, C is not logic. So that's only one answer there, right? Okay, A is the answer, right? Okay, well done. Right, okay, you guys are picking up, right? Okay, somehow I think you all are catching up, right? Okay, the strategy to find the answer, I guess. Right, okay, let's move to number 8. Okay, so this is a kind of like not that long, but it's considered average, right? Okay, the number of words there, right? Okay, so which of the following statement is true? So underline the keyword. Underline the keyword. If you look at the keyword there, right? Okay, in both of the 3 options, you can see the keyword camera trap, camera trap, camera trap. So you focus on camera trap instead of focusing on anything else, right? Why? Because it's clear that they are talking about camera trap, all right? Okay, so it's just that finding the information that's needed. That's the most important thing. Okay, camera trap, camera trap, camera trap. All right. Okay, so what we are talking about? Which one is true there, right? Out of the 3 options here they're talking about. All right, okay. Ian is saying B. All right, okay. Again with a question mark. All right, okay. Aziz is saying A. All right, okay. So there are 2 contradictions there, right? Okay. So I get C as well. Okay. Right, C B, A, right? All of you are saying that all three are possible, right? Okay, well, okay, take a look. Which of the following statement is true? Camera traps improve the ways to study the tiger in the rainforest. Okay, so you look at the keyword there. All right, okay, camera traps. Yeah, we know that they're talking about camera traps, but is there the word study there, right? Okay, you see, improve the ways to study, right? Okay, I can see that in the second line there, right? Okay, second paragraph there, right? Okay, the fourth line there, right? Okay, this simple but effective device, so they are talking about the camera trap, right? Okay, has revolutionized the way scientists study wildlife. Yeah, okay, so the study is there, right? Okay, you keep A, right? Okay. B, camera traps produce heat to trace the tigers in the rainforest, right? Okay, camera traps produce heat to trace the tigers in the rainforest. Okay, so in the third paragraph, right? Okay, in the fourth line, I can see the word, right? Okay, it triggers a heat and motion sensor and a photograph is taken. Okay, all right. Placed in the strategic remote areas of wilderness, camera traps are non-invasive way to gather information, all right? Okay, about a species, all right? Okay, when an animal passes the infrared beam of the camera, it triggers a heat and motion sensor and photograph is taken. Okay, guys, it traps, produce the heat to trace this one. No, you see, you look at this one. It takes the photo only. It doesn't produce and trace the animals, right? Okay, they are explaining how it works, right? You see, if you want to directly go and take the photo of the wildlife animal, is it possible for us? Of course not. It's very dangerous, isn't it? Right? Okay. So they have come up with something called camera trap, where the animal won't notice. Okay, you just need to set up this particular device where it will automatically take the photo of this wildlife animal. So it will help the people, right, to study them, right? Okay, how they hunt, how they like what do you call this, operate during the night, all right? Okay, how they eat and so on, right? Okay, so here they are saying that camera trap, it's helpful to take the photo, not to produce and eat. This is not a hunting device where you use to hunt the wildlife animal. No, no way, right? Okay, no way, right? Okay, so you should remember that. Okay, so B is not logic, right? Okay, so camera traps can count the number of tigers in the rainforest, right? Okay, well, this is not even logic, right? Okay, so they didn't say anything there where they are counting the tiger, right? Okay, so B cannot, C cannot, so the answer is, right? Okay, the answer is A. All right. Okay, so you understand, huh? So you guys must understand what they're talking about. You see, if you see B is the answer because you see the word key, you must understand the particular sentence. Okay, photograph is taken. The ultimate aim of this particular device is to take photograph, not to go and hunt the tiger. Wow, you can chase the tiger, now you can go and hunt the tiger. It's not for that, right? Okay, but camera traps and improve the ways to study the tigers. Yeah, that one is very clear there, right? Okay, okay, class. So we have done with this, right, part one, right? Okay, I hope you guys are clear about this part one, where like you have to read the text carefully in each question. But I hope somehow you guys know the strategy to do this, right? Okay. Obviously, we will look into this in the future, right? Okay. But for today, right? Okay, we are done with this paper. This part one, right? Okay, paper one here. All right. Before we move to the part two, any questions regarding this part one that you guys want to ask me, right? Okay. Anything that you guys are not clear? All right. Okay. Teacher, we are not clear on this one, right? Okay. So is there anything there? No, huh? All right. Okay. Thank you so much. So that means you all are clear, right? Okay. If you are clear, I'm the most happiest person, I guess. All right. Okay. All right. Let's now move on to part two. Okay. So part two, okay, I think this one should be something very similar, something very easy for you guys, isn't it? Right? Okay. I'm sure you guys have done this. Okay, close test. Okay, so you have 4 options. Okay, multiple choice close, right? Okay, close test. Right? Okay, so read the text below and choose the best word for each phrase for each question. Circle the correct letter. Okay, so here is where, all right, okay, normally the use of English will come in. All right, okay, guys, girls, where you need to be aware of grammatical items such as parts of speech, right? Okay, right? Adjective, adverb, noun, pronoun, articles, conjunctions, preposition, right? Okay, all that. Okay, so don't worry. I know that some of you still have problem with this grammar items, especially parts of speech, right? Okay. Um, I will come up with the notes and I will definitely pass it to you all, right? Okay, I will pass it to Kenneth and he will pass it to you all, right? Okay. And I also will give you notes on tenses, right? Okay. Tenses will always will come in use of English, right? Okay. I know that. You see, students when it comes to English, right? Okay. Their main problem, right? Okay. Of course, grammar, right? But within the grammar, they do not know what tense to use, right? Okay, for what situation, right? Okay, and this will impede them, right? Okay, in their writing as well, right? Okay, because you are not that so sure about your tenses, right? Okay, so don't worry about that. I will give you the tenses as well, right? Okay, to make it easy for you guys, right? Okay, so notes on tenses. So apart from the tenses, what we are looking at here, right? Okay, apart from tenses, of course, we are looking at parts of speeches, right? Okay, then of course we're also looking at spelling. All right. Okay. We're also looking at spelling. Please don't forget that. Right. Okay. And in some case, we are looking at punctuation as well. Right. Okay. So these are the things that we are looking into when you are supposed to do this, what you call process. You have to know that. Right. Okay. Now, quickly take a look at number 9, number 10, number 11. Right. Okay. So kindly, just I think because of a time shortage, right? Okay, I don't want to take a lot of time, right? Okay, so what we do is for number 9, number 10, and number 11, right? Okay, we will do together, right? Okay, number 12 until 18, right? Okay, I will give you guys the chance to do, right? Okay, so you guys can do, right? Okay, this one let's do together, right? Okay, all right. Right. Okay, let's move on, right? Okay, each year in the middle of the February, up to 35 teams of men and animals set out from the town of Fairbanks. Okay, so set out here class is the phrasal word. Like I said, right? Okay, there are so many things that you have to know, right? Okay, there are so many things you have to know, right? Okay, thank you, Aliya. Right? Okay, you have given the answer, right? Okay, now what? Anyhow, we will just go together, right? Okay, the question number 12 until 18, then we will, I will give you guys a chance to, right? Okay, all right, let's take a look at this one. Right, okay, the Yukon Quest, the most exciting of several North American dog sled races. All right, okay. So, number 9. All right, okay. You see here, if you look at the options here, it's clear that they are focusing on the tenses because you see take, present tense. All right, okay, takes, present tense as well. To, past tense, taking, ing, continuous tense. All right, okay. So you already know that from the options that you are looking for tenses. All right, okay. So how to know which tenses to use here? All right, okay. Look at the sentence. Okay, focus at the sentence. The Yukon Quest is the most exciting. All right, okay. Several North American sled races. Okay. After that, you check participant over a grueling. All right, okay. 1,000 miles cross through Alaska, northern Canada. Right, okay. I can see 2 continuous tenses there, right? Okay. So from that, I know that we are focusing on continuous tense, not present tense. Okay. You should know that when you see a sentence, all right, you must look at the sentence. You must determine what tenses they are using there. In this tenses, you already clearly you can see that they already even explain using exciting. All right. Okay. Participant over grueling. All right. Okay. So then there is exciting. So number 9, they have put a comma before number 9. So the form should be the same, right? Okay. So here in this case, number 9 will be taking. All right. Number 9 will be taking. All right. Okay. So let's go to number 10. Imagine, right? Okay. Imagine marching along broken snowy trails behind some of, right? Okay. So number 10 should be very easy, I guess, for us, right? You look at the option there, they are talking about articles, okay, and the, right? Okay. So normally you look at after the blank, toughest, okay, toughest is superlative, okay, superlative, right? Okay. So as you all would have learned in the superlative, before the superlative, normally there will be the article the, all right, the smartest, the funniest, okay, the strongest, all right, okay. So that's why number 10 is A, all right, okay. So now let's take a look at number 11, right? Okay, number 11. Sure-footed little athlete in the world. The only sounds to be heard, all right, okay. The only sound to be heard, all right, okay. So the only sounds to be heard, right? Okay. So here we are looking at B verb, right? Okay. B verb, right? Okay. We are talking about B verb, right? Okay. So, uh, so you must take a look at this one, right? Okay. Uh, to be heard, right? Okay. Heard is past tense. Heard is past tense. Okay. Heard is past tense. So heard is past tense. That one we know. So we can take out is and are from the list, right? The answer must be between was and were, all right? Okay, was and were. Okay, so now the answer, some of you will say, oh, teacher, yeah, right, sounds, okay, yeah, right, okay. So it has to be, were. No, all right, okay. So which one is the, right, okay, the keyword here, the only sound to be heard. Okay, heard is the main subject here, right? Okay, you're looking at the object here, right? Okay, the heard, right? So the subject should follow there, right? Okay, the object, I mean the verb should follow there is was. Okay, because of the keyword the only. All right, okay. So don't focus on sounds, focus on the word only. So only, we are talking about what. Okay, so that's why the answer is C. All right, okay. So that's how you do this. All right, okay. So we are done with 9, 10, 11. Okay, now let's go for, okay, so taking, all right, okay, the, right, okay, the answer for C, the answer is not was, you know, all right, wait, okay, actually, the answer is C, right? It's not was, it's are, right? Okay, we are talking about the sounds, we are talking about plural, right? Okay, we are talking about plural, right? Okay, so sorry, I think I did not see that carefully, right? Okay, right, now mind. So let's move on to the next one, right? Okay, plus this one, you guys take your time, right? Okay, for answer from 12 until 15, right? Okay, can you all just give me the answer? Then we will discuss the answer, then we move on. All right, it should not take a long time, right? Okay, because this one is a closed test and you guys should have done this so many times, right? Okay, so just take your time. So 12, right? Okay, so we are talking about race, right? Okay, race, when we use race, right? When we are racing, right? Okay, so normally what preposition we normally use, right? Okay, if you see the option there in the 12, right? Okay, across, away, right, long, on, we are talking about prepositions, right? Okay, so right, so what preposition that we can use there, right? Okay, so 13, right, we are looking for, right? Okay, the ways, right? Okay, the ways, right? Azizi is saying, right? Okay, yeah, right? Okay, so I think you're correct. Okay, Azizi, right? Okay, 12 is okay, right? Okay, because normally when we talk about race, right, when you are racing across, okay, you're not racing along. If you are going along, that is not a race, okay. So you go across, right? Okay, that's what is a race, okay. So away cannot, on cannot. So of course 12 is correct, right? Okay. What about 13? So as the team battle across, right? Okay, across 13. Across the base. So we are talking about, right? Okay, what do you call this? Base, right? Okay, is a noun, right? Okay, frozen is an adjective, right? Okay, so the adjective that you can find here is, where is the adjective here, class? Yeah, all right. Okay, the adjective that you can find there is frozen, right? Okay, frozen. All right, like I say, you guys, before you answer the question, you have to look at the, the one, you have to look at the word before, right? Okay, or you have to look at the word after the blank, right? Here, the after the blank, the word there is base, right? Base is, I mean, like a noun, right? Okay, a noun. So, what will describe a noun? Of course, an adjective, right? Okay. So here in A, B, C, D, which one is an adjective? Of course, frozen. Frozen describes the base, right? Okay. All right. Number 14. Okay. So this one is also, right, we are looking for adjective, right? Okay, we are looking for adjective. 14. Yeah, well done. Right. Okay, this one you got it. Right. Okay. Patch. Right. Okay, we are talking. All right. Okay. Patch snow. Right. Okay. Snow now. Right. Patch describing the snow. Right. Okay. All right. 15. There are long distance flat rock races. Right. Okay. So the option given there, another few other more. But none quite like you can quest, right? You see, they are focusing on this you can quest. Of course, they are saying that there are, right? I think this one should be very easy, right? But, right? Okay. So A cannot be because another mean only one, right? Okay. Few and more, right? Okay, can, right? But here they are not talking, they are not giving examples, right? Okay, they are comparing, right? Okay, they are saying comparing. So when you want to compare, which one you will use, right? Few, more, other, right? Another cannot, right? Another we already can, right? Okay, so B, C, or D, right? Okay, other, few, or more. Which one you will use? Yeah, right? Okay, we will use other, right? Okay, because it's clearly stated there, right? Okay, uh, there are other long distance flat rock races, but none quite like the Euclid quest, right? Okay, so that's why it's comparing, right? Okay, if you want to give example, right? Okay, there are few other, right? Okay, long distance flat rock races. If the full stop is at the word races, right? Okay, then class, the answer can be few, the answer can be more, right? But since they do not stop there, they continue by saying that, but none quite like the Euclid quest. So you are comparing. So basically, there could be only one answer, us, right? Okay. All right. Let's look at number 16. So here, okay, which follows a trail across some of the most, right? Okay. Yeah. So there could be words that you do not know that, right? Okay. So here they are using adjectives, I mean adverb, right? Okay, sparsely, strangely, remotely, abundantly, right? Okay, so I think most of the words you know there, except sparsely, right? If you guys are wondering, teacher, what is sparsely? Sparsely is a how to put it, right? Tinily, or maybe you can put that in a small number. Okay, in a small number, right? In a small number. Okay, sparsely means in a small number. So what do you think number 16 will be the answer? You look at the word after the what you call after the blank, populated and undeveloped terrain in North America. Okay, you see, they are not, you know, they are not developed, right? Okay, they are not developed. So when some places are not developed, do you think it will be like a lot? No, it will be very small number, right? Okay, so that's why the answer is sparsely, right? But let's say if you ask me, teacher, let's say, let's assume, right? Let's assume we do not know the meaning of sparsely, right? Okay, and since we do not know the meaning of sparsely, we cannot find the answer for number 16, right? Okay, so then how we find the answer? Well, there's always a choice, right? Okay, there's always a strategy, right? Okay, You see, look at remotely, right? Okay, out of these four words, which word do you think will be very difficult for you guys to understand? Of course, parsley, right? Okay, because you do not know the meaning. Strangely, I think you all know, right? Okay, so if you look at strangely, you know that number 16, the most strangely populated is not logic. So you can take out the one, right? Okay, remotely, right? Okay, yeah, it could be a possible, right? Okay, but the abundantly, right? Abundantly means a lot, right? So we know from the word undeveloped, right? Okay, we are not talking about a lot, we are talking about few. So the choice is between A and B. Remotely, I think you all know what is remote. Remote means very, very far, right? Very, very far. Okay, like inside. Okay, so that is not very small. So there's only one option here, right? Okay, so you guys can choose, right? Okay, which is parsley. All right, okay. All right, let's look at number 17. Aim after the Yukon River. The quest, okay, number 17. The quest, okay, class. The quest is singular subject, right? Okay, singular subject, right? I think you all know what you have to do, right? Okay. So takes is taking to cover, right? I think this one should be very easy, isn't it? Right? Okay. The quest, of course, what verb you should use there, right? For singular, what you guys do for the verb? The quest is singular. The subject is singular, right? Okay. Singular subject must agree with singular verb, right? For singular verb, normally we put yeah, right? Okay. We normally put s at the back, right? Okay. So that's why the answer is 6. All right. Okay. So that's how you know this one, right? Okay. Now let's look at the last one, right? Okay. A trail one followed by minus and peppers, right? Okay. Minus and peppers. To and from. Okay, guys. To and from. To and from. Okay. So when you guys are going to school, okay, going to school and coming back, okay, when people are right, okay, call you, hey, where are you? I am, what do you say? Along the way to school, in my way to school, or on my way to school, or at my way to school. Okay, what do you guys will say normally? All right, okay. Why I make that kind of comparison? Because as you can clearly see there, right after the blank, they are way to and from the IC note. So that means they are going and coming back, right? Okay, they are going and coming back. So that shows that you are going and coming back. So if you were to compare that with another situation, right? Okay, like example, going to school. So what you guys will normally say? If somebody calling you, right? Okay, you are going to school, right? Okay, hey, where are you? Oh, I am along to school, right? I am in my way to school. I am on my way to school, right? Okay, yeah, very clear, isn't it? Right? Okay, so from that, I think you all know, right? Okay, the preposition that you should use here is on. All right, okay, all right, class. So we are done with part 2, right? We are done with part 2. All right, so is there any question before we move to part 3? Anything that you guys are still not so sure, right? Okay, I know that you guys will say that, teacher, like what about how to improve on this, grammar items such as, parts of speech, right? Okay, tenses, right? Okay, phrasal verbs, okay, idioms, okay, and so on. Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like I said, okay, I will give you the notes, right, one by one, right? You take it one by one, right? Okay. The first note I'm going to give you is on tenses, right? Okay, on tenses. I will definitely later I will give it to Kenneth, and Kenneth will pass it to you all, right? Okay. So you can refer to the notes. Okay. First of all, you have to be very, very clear about the tenses. Okay, tenses is very, very important, right? Okay, tenses very, very important. Okay. And the second thing that you have to focus is parts of speech, of course. All right. Okay, parts of speech, I will give you guys notes. All right. Okay, don't worry about it. Then after that, the other things that will normally will come in terms of close test, I will give you guys. Right. So you can look at the grammar items and you can know how to do this. But ultimately, for this particular part 2, you have to look at the words prior and after. Right. Okay. So before the blank and after the blank. If you do not see that, then it's very hard for you to do. All right, okay. Then guys, can we move on to part 3? All okay? Any questions before we go to part 3? All okay, yeah? Right? Okay. If anything, please let me know. Kindly let me know. Don't hesitate, right? Okay. All right. Like I said, class. Okay. I don't know whether you all are here last week, right? Okay. Like I mentioned that, when you go to part 3, it is 4-option MCQ. It's something that very you guys are familiar with, reading comprehension. Okay. And I know that you guys are used to read the text, right, and go and answer the question. But let me tell you that, okay, this is my way, right? This is my way, right? Okay, maybe it will take for you some time to adapt this. I'm not forcing anybody to do this, but I'm just telling you guys because this has worked for me. And truth to be told, during my, like secondary school, like when I was doing this reading comprehension, none of the reading competition practices I have read the reading passage. I never read the reading passage. All right. Okay. I mean, in full. All right. Okay. Why? Because waste of time. Right. Waste of time. Another thing is, as you know, all right. Okay. Look at the question. In paragraph 1, guys, they are already giving you there, right? Okay. In paragraph 1, right? Okay. When they already say in paragraph 1, why you need to waste your time by going through the entire text? Then after that, you go to your questions. You guys basically wasting your time, right? Okay, you guys basically wasting your time, right? Okay, so I suggest you guys not to do that, all right? Okay, what you do, straight away go to the question. In paragraph 1, what was the reason, right? Okay, what was the reason for the people living in the writer's village never locking their doors? Right? Okay, why they don't lock their doors, right? Okay, so that's what you need to find out here, right? Okay, so let's take a look, right? Let's take a look. Paragraph 1, right? Okay, so when they mention paragraph 1, this is where you should read, but not the entire paragraph. Paragraph 1, okay, and you underline the keyword, right? Okay, underline the keyword. What was the reason for the people living in the writer's village never lock the door? So the keyword is never lock the door. Why they never lock the door, right? Okay, so you go there and try to find the answer, right? Okay, all right. Let's take a look at this. When I was young, I lived in a small village. Mine was a terrace house. Okay, the spirit of neighbors very strong. There was no such thing as locking the doors of our houses by day or night. Excuse me. Okay, the village has a variety of things to serve the needs of villagers. Okay, class. You already find your answer to question in these 3 lines. Okay, when I was young, I lived in a small village. Mine was a terrace house in a road. The spirit of neighborliness, right? Okay, was very strong. Okay, so the neighbors are very strong, right? Okay, when the neighbors are very strong, why need to lock the door? Okay, so that's why they think that there was no such thing as locking the door, right? Okay, because we trust each other. Our neighbors are like our family, right? Okay, so that's why, right? Okay, now you already have an understanding, correct? Right now you already have an understanding. Okay, now come here. Okay, come here. Let's look at let's look at A, right? Let's look at A, right? Let's look at A. The village only had rows of shop houses. Are they talking about neighbors class? No, right? They're not even talking about people there, right? Okay, so A, bye-bye. B, the village was far from the other villages. If that is the reason, they didn't say anything, right? Okay, about that. Okay, bye-bye to B, right? The villagers knew each other very well. Yeah, right? Okay, because they say they are neighbors, right? Neighbors, they know them very well, right? Okay, all right, keep, right? Okay, D, the villagers made the villagers very safe. Okay, the villagers made the village very safe. Come on, right? They didn't say that, right? Okay, you see, no matter how the villagers can make the village safe, but if you do not know each other very well, right? Okay, if you don't have that bond between you, right? Okay, neighbor, my neighbor, right? Okay, there's no way that you can, right? Okay, be safe, right? Okay, so that's why the answer is B. Okay, class. You see, did I read the entire text to find the answer for question number 19 just now, class? I guess not. right? Okay, but I got the correct answer, just like that, right? And you know what? You also can do the same, right? Okay, if you guys uh, try this, right? I know. Yeah, guys, don't take me wrong, teacher, but we are told by our teachers, read the text, answer the question. Totally understand, right? Totally understand. But like I mentioned to you guys, we are living in the 21st century, right? Okay, and another reason I gave you guys last week, not everyone loves to read. Not all like to read. They hate to read. I think some students they love reading, right? Okay, but even if you love reading, right? Okay, let's say you're going to read the text and you are like raving about the text. Wow, what a text! What an unbelievable text! Oh my God! Oh, I got a lot of knowledge. I'm sorry, you're not gonna get the marks, right? Okay, maybe you get knowledge from the text, but you're not gonna get the marks, okay, for your question, right? Okay, so there's no need for you to, like focus on the text too much, right? Okay, you just, like remember that some people, they don't like to read. They tend to go to La La Land, Wonderland, Disneyland, or whatever land, Dreamland, all kind of land, right? When they read, okay, so some students they fell asleep, during the exam. Why? Because of reading. Yeah, seriously, because not everybody can focus, right? Okay, on reading, right? Okay, so our attention span is not that long, right? Okay, so you can't. So if you can't, don't force yourself to read the text. Then after that, you just go and waste your time by like answering the question. Okay, it's too late. So you do this, then you can easily find, right? Okay. Now let's take a look at number 20. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at number 20. In paragraph 3. Okay. In paragraph 3. Okay. The phrase "look malnourished" means. Okay. Malnourished means. Okay. What is malnourished? Okay. So you go to paragraph 3. Okay. Go to paragraph 3. Okay. My mother was a kind-hearted soul. Often she would remark that if children were dressed in ragged clothes and looked malnourished. My family was relatively better off the village. My father was the headman. My mother would bring over whatever food we could spare to our neighbors on occasion when there was leftover food from the village weddings or festival. My father would instruct me to bring this to Mr. Ong. So they are a family who like to help other people. All right. Okay. So even though they do not have, right? Okay, whatever they have, they will just go and give to other people who need the food. All right. Okay, class. So that's what I can get from this, right? Okay. So that is an understanding I can develop from here, right? Okay. So now let's go to number 20, right? Okay. So Mr. Ong's children were deprived of healthy food, right? Okay. So why they look like that? Why they look like that? Okay. So you see, the family was giving food, right? The family was giving food, right? Okay. So they look like that. Okay. They look malnourished. Okay. So when you're not eating, right? Okay. When you're not eating, right? Okay. You are still eating, but you look big. Why is that? Because you are not eating maybe healthy food, right? Okay. So you take a look at A there. Mr. Ong's children were deprived of healthy food. Yep. All right. Could be. You see A. Mr. Ong's children were not eating good food. You see, they didn't say that they were not eating good food. They were eating food. They didn't mention whether they're eating good food or bad food or anything, right? Okay. But healthy food, yes. Okay. That's why they were, right, look like that, right? Okay, yes. Okay, so B cancelled. C, Mr. Ong's children consume less food. Well, this also can be an option, right? Okay, you keep C also, keep C also, all right? Okay. D, Mr. Ong's children had fewer meals, all right? Okay, he didn't say that, right? Okay, so the answer between A or C, all right? Okay, so if you are not so sure, again go to that particular this one, check. Okay, my mother was a kind of so often she would remark that his children, whose children, Mr. Ong's children, were dressed in ragged clothes and looked malnourished. My family was relatively better. My mother would bring on whatever food we could spare to our neighbors. Occasion there was leftover food wedding. My father would instruct me to bring this to Mr. Ong. All right. So here they are trying to help this Mr. Ong's family. The Mr. Ong's family is really, really bad, right? Okay. But their father was a headman, right? Their father is the headman of the village. right? It's the head of the village. Okay, he maybe head of the village, maybe they are okay, right? They are not that bad, right? Okay, so they have this extra food, so they go and give to, right? Okay, them, right? Why? Because maybe they are not eating, right? Okay. Oh yeah. Just give me this one moment, Mr. Kenneth, right? Okay. Just finish this one question, then after that no, I will end this one. All right. Ken, is it possible? 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. All right. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. All right. Okay. Because it's just that like we need to discuss few things. There are a lot of parts and everything, so it takes some time. All right. Okay. Just hold on. All right. Okay. So class. So as you can see there, right? Okay. So from these two things, okay, Mr. Children were deprived of healthy food, okay, or less food, right? Okay. So do they look right? Okay, nourished because of less food or healthy food? Okay. I think you all know the word nourished, right? Okay, comes from nutrition. Okay. So people will always tell you, right? Hey, you must consume enough nutrition. Why? To keep healthy, isn't it? Right? Okay. So if you think a little bit, class, you will know the answer is right. A. All right. You will know the answer is. All right. Okay. So that's what I basically am telling you. Right. Okay. All right. Okay, class. I think we will stop here. Right. Okay. We will continue. Right. Okay. Next week. Right. Okay. So far we have covered part one, part two, part three. All right. Okay. So part three, basically, even though we have not finished all the questions, right? Okay. Today, we still have managed to discuss, right? Okay, until part three, right? Okay, I think basically you know what is part three is about, all right? Okay, so next week, right? Okay, what we will do is we will try to finish part four and part five. Okay, after that, then we move to paper two, right? We will move to sorry, okay, and then later we will move to part two, all right? Okay, so I'm glad that the fact that part one, part two, part three, right? You guys uh, never had any problem, right? Okay. And I forgot to ask you guys, what about part three, right? Do you guys have any problem, class? Part three? Part three, any problem, right? Or you guys are still saying, teacher, we are used to this traditional way of doing things, right? Okay. Even if you guys think that you guys are used to the traditional way of doing things, all right? Okay, you read the entire text, then after that you go to the question. I'm just giving you a suggestion. Just try this one, right? Just try this one. Later, I will just give you some exercise, right? Okay, I'll give it to Kenneth and he will pass it to you guys. Just try, right? Use this strategy, right? Okay, you see how well you can do. If you guys can do well, right? Okay, then why not use this strategy? Because you know why? Time saving, right? It gives you extra time, all right? Okay, you can double confirm your answer, all right? Okay, so all this you can get by using this strategy. All right. Okay. All right. So I think sorry for taking extra time. Right. Okay. I
All
guess
right.
I'm not someone who can keep up with time. I guess. All right. Okay. So we will continue next week. Right. Okay. And so I hope you guys have understood. Right. Okay. If any more question you guys are really having doubt on anything, please feel free to ask me next week when we like meet again. Right. Until then, take a good care of yourself, stay safe, and please take care. Right? Okay, bye bye. Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Kenneth, I'm done. I'm
So
sorry for taking
hey, it's
extra.
okay. Understand because like student a lot of question wanted to ask and then wanted to know.
Yeah, because the thing is like this new format, especially this one, like every part you have to like go step by step. If you were to jump quickly, then the students may
Confused
find it
later.
difficult. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Mr. Mutu, for the sharing. So it has come to the end of this workshop. So hope students today can get more knowledge from Mr. Mutu and get a good result during the exam. So guys, don't forget to stay tuned on our upcoming revision, which is on tomorrow, Saturday, mathematics and maths. So thank you and see you guys again next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Good night.